Welcome to the inaugural Commonwealth Esports Forum. Thank you so much for joining us in a unique moment that brings together the electrifying experience of esports to the one and only Commonwealth Games. Yes, we like that. I'm LJ Rich, I'm your host for the day. It's an amazing opportunity, isn't it, to bring traditional and esports together to gain a whole new audience from each other. Because this weekend, the rest of the world finally gets the chance to discover the joy of competitive gaming amid the prestigious Commonwealth Games hosted right here for the first time in Birmingham. The stage is set for the competition tomorrow, but today is all about collaboration. And we have a frankly astonishing set of guests for you. You won't want to miss any of them. It's a full day, but definitely set your brain to record, because here is where to learn about the future of esports. And with that, I'd like to invite you to join me in welcoming the panel to the stage. Come on in, panel. Now, we've got 7 panels today, and they're handpicked by our organisers over many months. Please take a seat. I'm going to sit in the middle. I guarantee that you're going to really enjoy. Can I sit here, please? Thank you. Listening to them all. And, wow, well, thank you. It's time for the National Anthem. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. What a pleasure to see you all, and we're honoured for each of you to say a few words to open today's event. Starting with the chair of the West Midlands Growth Company, it's Matt Hammond. Oh, yes, a round of applause. Good idea. Would you like to stand at the podium?
Yeah, okay, great. Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Birmingham, and, of course, to the launch this morning of the Global Esports Forum here at the ICC. It's my great pleasure as the chairman of the West Midlands Growth Company, which is the inward investment company for the region, to welcome you to Birmingham and to this event. A number of weeks ago, the Growth Company signed a 10-year partnership with the Global Esports Federation. That will stimulate growth for this region in a way like no other. Goldman Sachs, which recently invested in this region, has estimated that the market is some 24 billion for this industry, and of course each of you know that, and the potential that it holds, particularly for the future generations who will develop careers as well as players in this technology. I want to thank in particular the CEO, Paul Foster, for making the partnership with the West Midlands happen that we're celebrating as part of this forum. And of course, we're honoured to be joined by all of yourselves as guests at this forum as well. We know that your community will shape the 21st century creative tech economy in this region and globally. And today I look forward to discussing what the shape of those partnerships looks like, as well as celebrating the games that will take place over the coming days here in Birmingham. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Matt, and thanks for having us here in Birmingham. Next, it's a pleasure to introduce Olympian and gamer Alice Deering.
Hi, it's an absolute honour to be here today. My name is Alice Deering. I'm 25 years old and I competed in the Tokyo Olympics in the 10K marathon event in swimming. And gaming has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. I've never not gamed, basically. And all of these competitions, all of these training camps that I go to, I take either my Switch or my PS5 with me, and it's honestly my little bit of sanity to get me through the crazy and intense training that I do back to back, day to day. And like a little anecdote that I've kind of gone through over the past season, I've gone to these altitude training camps, which is 3 weeks up a mountain with kind of no one really around you. You're there, you're training, you're with your teammates, but it's very intense. It's 2 sessions a day. It's constant. And I took my PS5 with me, and everyone was kind of like joking, like, okay, why is she taking a PS5? It's a bit weird. But it really got me through all of it. I'd sit down in the evening, I'd go and play Overwatch, and I'd just like zone out and get rid of all of the stress and anxiety that training had brought me and just really escape. And I think, you know, the majority of people in this room will be gamers. We all know what gaming can bring to an individual and also to communities. Ironically, gaming is sometimes seen as taking people away from either their loved ones or a community, but I've found so many friends through gaming. It's been such a big part of my life, and it's really exciting to be speaking to you today in my home city, at a home Commonwealth Games, at home championships, and best of luck to all of the athletes who are competing, rooting for you all, and yeah, thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alice. Next up, we have the Mayor of the West Midlands. It's Andy Street.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Birmingham and the West Midlands. I want you to think about one word this morning: innovation. So we've got lots of innovations in these games. You'll hear some of those from my colleagues, I'm sure, in a moment. But the very fact we're having this Commonwealth Esports Forum, that's another innovation. And innovation, of course, goes to the heart of this region. Think, this was the first place in the world to have its first industrial revolution. Huge innovation indeed. You could say we were even the first polluters, and we must address that. The second industrial revolution of mass manufacturing, we led in that. Think of the big car factories across the West Midlands. And then, of course, we're also now leading in the fourth industrial revolution as we think about the green industrial revolution. And you know what? Tech, and particularly gaming, is all part of that. And tech is changing everything we do now, isn't it? And it's all uniting how we think about growth, whether it be in medical, whether it be in manufacturing. Tech is literally driving everything together. And the good news is you're coming to the right place to think about innovation and the role of tech, because it was just confirmed that this region now has the fastest growing tech cluster anywhere in Britain. Not just in the past, predicted to be in the next 10 years as well. Over 50,000 more jobs expected to come in that growth. And the gaming sector is a key part of that. About 25%, a quarter of the UK's gaming material is produced here in the West Midlands, in Birmingham, and out in what we call Silicon Spa in Leamington Spa in Warwickshire. And brands like Codemaster, Ubisoft, Playground, all based here in the West Midlands. And that was why, just a few weeks ago, it was a pleasure for us to sign a partnership deal with the Global Esports Federation to bring us alongside places like Singapore, Tokyo, parts of Brazil, American cities, to be partners in that long and exciting journey that is ahead. And my message to you this morning is you are part of something that we are deadly serious about. We want to be real leaders. We have the companies. We've got the great venues like this. Look at how it's been transformed. We've got the talent, young people coming into the job market with all the right skills. And we're beautifully connected to the rest of the country, even if you might have had a little challenge getting here this morning, as I understand it. So you're joining a great history of innovation, and you're the next chapter. And it's a real privilege that today, at this inaugural forum, you're just writing a little bit of the next part of our history. Enjoy the day, enjoy the forum.
Thank you very much, Andy. Now, please help me welcome from Birmingham City Council, it's Councillor Ian Ward.
Thank you very much, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my very great pleasure to welcome you all to the city of Birmingham at this very, very exciting time. Whether you're visiting our city for the first time or you're a frequent visitor, I would like to extend a truly Brummy welcome to each and every one of you. I am delighted to be here today at what I'm confident will be remembered as an historic moment for esports, as figures from across the world gather here in Birmingham for the inaugural Commonwealth Esports Forum and Championships. We are here today, of course, thanks to the strategic partnership between Global Esports Federation and the Commonwealth Games Federation. And I can think of no better place to host these exciting events than Birmingham, as we are truly the Commonwealth city. There are people living in Birmingham and the wider region who can trace their roots to every part of the Commonwealth. And everyone who has been in the city during the past week, as we have celebrated the arrival of the Commonwealth Games, will have seen what a welcoming, youthful, innovative, diverse, inclusive city this is. Of course, the eyes of the world are on Birmingham, as over 1.5 billion people across the Commonwealth and beyond are watching the traditional sporting action currently taking place in our city and region. Now, thanks to the Commonwealth Esports Championships, millions more people will be able to enjoy sporting and gaming action from Birmingham as the championships welcome the very best esports athletes from across the Commonwealth competing in major titles such as the eFootball Series and Rocket League. We make great play here in the West Midlands of our youthful population. It is one of our strongest selling points. Here in the city of Birmingham, 37% of our population is under the age of 25, making us one of the youngest cities in Europe. Our challenge is to harness all of that potential, vibrancy and innovation. And that is why I was so pleased that in June, the West Midlands Growth Company signed a 10-year agreement with Global Esports Federation that will cement the region's position as a hotbed for esports and the gaming industry. The West Midlands is already responsible for 1/4 of the UK's output in this sector, and I know that the events of the next few days will be a brilliant advert for our city as we look to further develop this thriving industry. So I'd once again like to welcome you all to Birmingham, and I look forward to working with our partners at Global Esports Federation in the years to come, as we look to build a legacy from these inaugural championships and grasp the opportunity that esports presents with both hands. Thank you very much, and do enjoy the city of Birmingham.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Ian. And now it's time for the UK Minister for International Trade. It's Ranil Jayawardena.
Well, good morning, everyone, and it is a pleasure to join you all here in Birmingham to celebrate the fantastic depth and breadth of esports from across the Commonwealth. And I'm delighted to see so many competitors, creators and innovators from the great global family of nations here with us today. You have all played a key part in pushing the boundaries of technological change in this fast-changing industry. Just as so many brilliant athletes from across the Commonwealth are pushing themselves to the limit in their quest for gold medals as we speak. There was perhaps a time, though, when gaming wasn't taken as seriously as an industry in its own right, seen as a bit of a sideshow by global businesses instead of the vibrant multi-billion-dollar industry that it will continue to grow in the years ahead. After all, when the first intergalactic space war Olympics were held in the 70s, before my time, and I suspect most of yours, the prize for coming first was a year's subscription to Rolling Stone magazine. Today, prize pools for global gaming contests are worth tens of millions of dollars, with tournaments selling out sports stadia around the world. This sector has transformed at lightning speed, fueled by the digital revolution that has swept our planet, with millions of gamers today doing battle across the digital universe, streaming the latest games through their mobile phones, laptops, consoles, and through metaverse platforms, for which British games companies continue to provide new, exciting, and innovative content. Britain, like many other Commonwealth countries, is a nation of gamers, with consumers here now spending twice as much on games as on music. A cultural revolution I can't really claim to have delivered myself, although I don't know how many of you will remember games like Crash Bandicoot and Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation. I did spend a bit of my time on that as a teenager, but it does show how the world has changed. Britain is now home to a vibrant esports industry with some of the world's biggest and best-known esports teams, such as Fnatic and the London Royal Ravens, together with hosting a diverse range of global competitions. And I'm delighted that British developers are already helping to lead the way in creating many of the games that have taken the world by storm, from Grand Theft Auto, yes, I remember playing some of those as well, and Minecraft. And I was excited to learn that the Commonwealth Esports Championships will host a Home Nation series from next year that will drive global audiences and revenues to the grassroots. I think this is a great opportunity, and this success is fueled by the talent, technical expertise, and entrepreneurial energy that our fertile tech ecosystem creates across the United Kingdom. And with a burgeoning tech clusters emerging nationwide, including here in Birmingham, and just down the road in the Silicon Spa Tech Hub, where 75% of digital media companies are involved in games development, I know that the future is very bright. The US and Japan have dominated global games development over the past few decades, but we believe that the Commonwealth possesses the talent to challenge their crown in the years to come. And that is why we want to build greater collaboration between British and Commonwealth esports enterprises and drive further investment into this sector. And we're taking steps to do that here in Britain by making our games industry ever more competitive and harnessing the power of free trade to tear down the barriers to growth, open access to each other's markets, and lead the charge for better global governance in digital and data. Agreeing advanced digital chapters in our trade deals, I don't expect you to have read them personally, with Commonwealth nations including Australia and New Zealand, and our digital economy agreement with Singapore, making the exchange of digital and data between our markets quicker, easier, and more secure. And pooling our resources, influence, and expertise alongside our Commonwealth partners, we will continue to push for reform at the World Trade Organization so that digital trade is freer, fairer, and safer for all. With over half of global trade expected to be digital by 2050, we know in the British government that we must act now to embrace the opportunities that are emerging for you in esports and across the digital economy. There is no time to waste. But I want to finish by saying this. Governments have a vital role to play in clearing the path for you and for business. But it is for free enterprise, not the state, to deliver the sustainable long-term growth that we all want to see. We must help set firms free to fulfill their trading potential, using key forums such as this one to strengthen our ties in esports and build new bridges of trade and investment between us across the tech sector, fostering the fresh innovations that we want to see, fueling the change that we know will come, and following in the footsteps of the intergalactic space war Olympic pioneers of the 1970s by reaching for the stars in our quest for progress. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ranil. And our penultimate guest is none other than the President of the Commonwealth Games Federation. It's Dame Louise Martin, DBE.
Good morning, everybody. And I'm absolutely delighted to join you at today's forum on the eve of the inaugural Commonwealth Esports Championships. It is a special event that is taking place alongside an excellent Birmingham Commonwealth Games. And this will provide the extra boost to the buzz we're already feeling in the city and the region right now. For the Commonwealth Games Federation, this is a very important moment. And we are proud to partner with the Global Esports Federation on this venture, and my thanks go to their president, Chris Chan, and his CEO, Paul Foster, who have played an integral role in delivering this event. And I would also like to acknowledge the British Esports Association, especially their CEO, Chester King, for his continued support. Esport is continuing to grow in the terms of popularity, and we are continuing to look at ways to explore how it can align with our Commonwealth sports movement. And following the pandemic, we were not able to be together in person, and there was a real change in the approach across the world. People started to fully embrace new technologies to stay connected. Even our team did, my board did, and we now know not how to play what you're playing. We can start moving around slightly slower than you do. But we believe that the CGF and esports together will create an inclusive, progressive and visionary future for the entire Commonwealth. The Commonwealth has a combined population of 2.5 billion people, of which more than 60% are under the age of 30. We want to inspire young people to be a force for good. Esports provides a wonderful vehicle for this. The Commonwealth Esports Championships gives us the opportunity to explore how esports and our games can work together successfully, and I'm sure there will be lots to learn for both of us. And I would just like to say to the athletes, if you get the buzz that our athletes in the physical games are getting, you will have a ball. And all I will say to you, make sure you enjoy what you're doing and take it by the heart and make sure you make friends and you keep in with those people at the end of it as well. Good luck to each and every one of you, and I hope you have a great time. Thank you for inviting me to join you today. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Louise. And finally, I'd like to call on the President of the Global Esports Federation, the GEF's very own Chris Chan, to formally open this event.
Thank you, LJ. President of the Commonwealth Games Federation, Dame Louise Martin, Vice Presidents, board colleagues from the Commonwealth Games Federation, the Global Esports Federation, and friends from the Commonwealth and Olympic family, UK Minister of International Trade, Ranil Jayawardena, Mayor of West Midlands, Andy Street, Leader of Birmingham City Council, Ian Ward, Chair of the British Esports Federation, Andy Payne, GF Vice President and CEO of British Esports, Chester King, Chair of West Midlands Growth Company, Matt Hammond, our global partners and supporters, and the athletes of the first ever Commonwealth Esports Championship. Welcome, dear friends. Good morning. Today is a historic day for esports and sports. Our well-connected community and the Commonwealth's great culture. It signals the coming together of people from every continent on Earth, bridging tradition and innovation, a proud and strong history, while looking ahead to the dynamic opportunities of a brighter future. Dame Louise, our collective spirit of partnership has really shaped the way our teams have worked together. More than 2 years ago, the Global Esports Federation formed our strategic partnership with the Commonwealth Games Federation. We could not have imagined the way the world would have challenged, and yet here we are in Birmingham together. Thank you and congratulations to the boards and teams of the Commonwealth Games Federation, the Global Esports Federation, the British Esports Federation, and our delivery partners for shaping this extraordinary event. These next 3 days will set a new stage for the Commonwealth Esports athletes. These days will also provide a chance for millions, maybe billions, from around the world to lean in and learn about esports and to learn about the Commonwealth too. This spirit of diversity, inclusion, and innovation that we offer everyone here today. We launched the GEF with a mission to convene the world's esports ecosystem and to help navigate the pathway to bring the excitement and limitless possibilities of esports to the world. Today, our world-connected family has grown to 118 member federations and 27 strategic partners. Many new friends and future partners have joined us here in Birmingham. With the Singapore 2021 Global Esports Games behind us and Istanbul 2022 Global Esports Games just ahead of us, and with Riyadh, China, Dubai, and the USA set through 2026, we are connected to many, many more potential hosts from across the world. Ladies and gentlemen, our connected future seems very bright. Today, you will get a chance to see and hear for yourselves at our innovation showcase outside the impressive innovations of our partners at Refract Technologies, among many others. You will witness the spirit of collaboration, the energy and synergy, the development and growth in the connections between virtual sports, active esports, traditional sports, and esports. In June, we signaled the opportunities we see in this dynamic region of the United Kingdom, the West Midlands, when we signed a long-term strategic framework agreement. This morning, we have heard from leaders from all levels of government as we look to the future. Indeed, communities, cities, and countries across the world are reaching out to engage and embrace esports and its adjacent industries and limitless potential like never before. For the athletes here with us today, this is your moment. This stage is for you, and this opportunity offers a pathway to live your passion, your dreams, and your choice in your own unique way. We continue to welcome the world's esports community to join together and play a part in shaping the future of esports, bridging the connection between esports and sports, elevated with technology, demonstrating esports as a catalyst for all kinds of social good. Today's esports forum is an opportunity to listen to diverse thought leaders and idea shapers, all united with a single hope to contribute to this powerful time and help unlock opportunities, inspire and celebrate the world's youth. In the spirit of our motto, World Connected, I invite those here in Birmingham, across the Commonwealth and around the world, to join this conversation and be part of our connected world. And now it is my pleasure and honor to open the Commonwealth Esports Forum and the very first Commonwealth Esports Championship. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chris, and to all of our opening speakers. I'd like it if you could please join us for a group photo just behind us before you leave. So it's a little bit of stage choreography here. If you could possibly go around that way, and I will follow you around this way. Our 7 panels today are hand-picked by our organisers over many months. Audience, do take the time to talk with each other in the breaks. I guarantee you are among other amazing people. Please remember, it's with your help that the GEF can give back to esports. Do you want to stand there? There we go. And I'm going to step away whilst the photo's taken. Andy, you're welcome to touch the trophy. It's yours. You're welcome to touch the trophy. It's yours. Okay, I think you can all go off. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, somebody's left something here. There you go. Lovely. Thank you, audience, for your patience. You're going to be rewarded with a bit of a treat next. It's an artist, an all-round interesting person, all the way from Singapore to give us a very special performance of the GEF Anthem, World Connected. Everyone, please give a giant early morning GEF welcome to the one, the only, Jill Marie Thomas.
Listen. Let the world unite. The MVP is mine. Let the games begin. No boundaries, diversity, pride, commitment, unity, equality, innovation. Let the world unite. Come together forever we fight. We can save the world tonight. The universe, the power, the might.